it's like. But that's not a bad thing, because everybody has to go that way. Because anything that has a beginning has an end. And that's why Allah Almighty sent Islam. And Islam, from the heart of the Prophet, peace be upon him, is still reaching us 1,500 years from the time that it came. To show us that reality, our souls don't have no beginning and don't have no end. And even though our physical bodies are finished, we are not finished. That's why Allah Almighty warns us against deviant behavior. That's why Allah Almighty warns us from being drunk for the love of this world. Submitting our souls to this world. Paying a miserable price for this world. To lose the next life that's forever. We have become foolish people. Why aren't we happy? Why aren't we happy? You see very few real happy people. And Shaitan doesn't like to see happy people, because he wants people to be sad, because he knows his doom and his gloom. And he wants us to be that way. And you can always find the agents of Shaitan. They ain't never happy. Nothing pleases them. They're not grateful. Allah says about them, you should hear them begging me all the time, begging me. When they're in a bad position, oh, Allah, change my life. Oh, Allah, help me this. Oh, Allah, send me this. Oh, Allah, send me that. Allah says, when I send it to them, then they act like they never even called out to me. Like they never even called out. And guess what? They're doing it again. And again and again. And they got to be beat down before Allah Almighty. Before they call out to Allah Almighty, they got to be beat down. What a sick mentality. And they want to lead us somewhere. They can't even lead themselves. They have not accepted Islam to their hearts yet. When you accept Islam to your heart and you guard Islam, Islam guards you. It protects you. You have the protection of the seen and the unseen while you're in the scene. Allah gives you a clear light to see. And yes, Allah Almighty give you the criterion to judge between right and wrong. Yes, you can be a judge, because when you become a spy of the heart, you can judge, because you have become, if you become the God, you can judge. Can't nobody judge me? Somebody can judge you. Where's Allah? You don't know that Allah is judging you except through someone who's in the flesh like we are. Allah sent 124,000 prophets. What about Jonah? May Allah be pleased with him. He came to a people, they were so rebellious. They were doing so many abominations. He just got so frustrated. He said, look, Allah Almighty going to bring his wrath on you. And I'm leaving. I'm gone. I see you in the fall if I see you at all. And he left. When he left, the people felt that he had left. Because see, we don't really miss our water to the well run dry. When we drinking and we thirsting, we fill it up. Oh, it's all good. I ain't going to listen to you. Oh, get out of my face. When that well run dry, we start to think. And they all ran to this mountain. The whole community, the king and everybody ran to this mountain. They were praying, oh Allah, oh Allah, forgive us, Allah. Oh Allah, forgive us. Oh Allah, forgive us, Allah. Please forgive us. Oh Allah, send Jonah back to us, Allah. Please send Jonah back to us. We're gonna be obedient servants. When Allah wants to guide mankind, he sends mankind to mankind. Allah says, you think of wonderment that I may send someone from among you to guide you to me? That's easy for me. Allah used the bush with Moses. Wouldn't it be more easier for us to submit and be able to know what to do if Allah Almighty sent someone to talk our language that looked like us, that's able to heal the diseases in our hearts and direct us and correct us with the guidance of Allah Almighty to guide us to Allah Almighty? Jonah went out, got on the ship. There was a turbulence in the ocean. The captain said, you know, we got to lighten our load, because if we don't lighten our load, we're going to sink. They started throwing stuff overboard. Then they said, you know what? We got to get rid of somebody. So they started casting names. He is the prophet of Allah Almighty at the mercy of unbelievers. They were polytheists. And the way they did this, they say, you know what? We're going to cast names. We got to sacrifice and we got to sacrifice somebody to please the gods. That was their mentality. He is the prophet of Allah Almighty, being subjected to the rules and laws of Shaitan because of his disobedience to Allah Almighty by not carrying the people. Saying the people are rubbish, forget about them, they're going to hell anyway. They told him to walk the plank. Walk the plank means you walk out, you die, hey, you got to go. They did it 3 times. His name came up 3 times. They knew he was a good man, so they gave him the benefit of the doubt. They said, okay, we'll do it 1 time. Oh, no, that's a good man. See, people can recognize goodness in people. Whether they're not good, everybody recognizes. It's just like coming home to a bed that you have clean sheets. Everybody like a clean sheet, a clean room, a clean house, a clean car, clean clothes. Everybody like cleanliness. Second and third time, his name came up. You got to go. Before he jumped, he got on the side of the boat, the ship. He said, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. He started to praise Allah Almighty. Because at that particular time, up until that time, he had left Allah Almighty. He was not remembering Allah. Now he getting ready. This was at night. This was at night. And he jumped over, and this whale sucked him up. Big teeth closed like he was in a prison in the whale. He was in 3 layers of darkness. First, he was in the darkness of that whale. He was in the darkness of the deep darkness of the sea, and it was in nighttime. 3 darknesses. Triple darkness. A man of Allah Almighty, because Allah Almighty has said, go to my disobedient servants, my weak servants, be among them to clean them of their diseases, guide them, judge between right and wrong between them, teach them wrong from right, be among them. There's no compulsion in religion. Truth stands out clear from falsehood. Maybe there are some believers among them. Those who are not going to believe, that's their choice. Those who believe, that's their choice. But we want to give them the choice of accepting or rejecting. And how can I punish them if you're not with them? This is the power of guidance. We have to learn to respect when Allah Almighty sends us guidance. It's a matter of doom or paradise on us. If Allah Almighty personally sent us guidance to work with our insanities, our sickness, and our being drunk, and we bite the hand that feeds us, then we have just closed the door on the eternal life for ourselves. Our punishment now starts in this life, And it continues if we don't repent. That's real. That's been the reality of all of those whom Allah Almighty has sent prophets to. The same ones that saw the same sun that we see. The same one that saw the alternation of night and day. Saw the stars in the sky. Breathed the same atmosphere, the same oxygen. The same ones. We are people like them. We are their descendants. The same thing applies to us. Willful disobedience will be punished. Obedience will be rewarded. That has not changed. And Allah Almighty sends people to bring that to us. Why do we fight them? Why do we rebel against them? Why do we make excuses? Why do we try to look for loopholes so we cannot obey them? Why do we harm them? Some of them were killed. And they never asked anything from the people other than just being obedient servants to their Lord. Their Lord pays them. You cannot take anything from them. You cannot stop their sustenance. You cannot stop their happiness. You cannot stop their relationship with their Lord. You cannot stop the relationship with their prophet. They have submitted their will to Allah Almighty through Islam. And they are grounded in that. Shaitan has no power over them. And that's why Allah sends us to them, because Shaitan has no power over them. And they are sent so that Shaitan will not have no power over us if we listen to them. Noah in that well, he started the dhikr. La ilaha illallah wa anta. There is no God but you. Oh my Lord, forgive me, forgive me. And that's all he would say. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illa anta. That he kept saying that there is no God but you, there's no God but you, there's no God but you, there's no God but you. All the fish, the seaweed, all the other whales and sharks in that sea started to come around that whale, and they too started to dhikr. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. Then that whale started to dhikr. That whale felt ashamed because now he started to fear. That whale said, oh my God, because everything praises their Lord. All creation had their own method of praising Allah Almighty. And that whale started to feel shy and frightened. He says, wow. He says, I got a prophet in my belly. He started to get frightened. But he said, no, Allah ordered me to suck him up. Then he became calm. Then Allah ordered that whale to take him and throw him back on shore. When he was thrown on shore, he had so many burns on him from the acid of that whale all on him. He was in pain, but yet he still said, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. Then Allah caused a tree, a big leaf to grow around him. Then Allah Almighty healed him and sent him back to his people. And his people were rejoicing when he came. They was happy. They were saying, oh, Allah has answered our prayers. Never do we want to do that again. Never did they know the value of what Allah Almighty has set among them till it was taken away from them. And never did Jonah know the value of the mission that Allah had taken away from him until he brought him back to that mission. So the prophets needed the people to believe, and the believers needed the prophets so that they could believe. It was the oneness of Allah Almighty. Satan can't break that bond.